see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, 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 no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for coming back to the channel. If you're new, my name is LJ and you're watching NoClutch Garage. Guys, I'm so excited today because we're finally doing something new to my car. I know that I'm always doing something different to my car, but this is actually a performance-based mod. I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm actually on my way to EuroMpire right now. This is probably going to be the first performance mod that they're going to do for me. I know there's going to be a lot more coming from them for my car, but I think it's about time they get their hands dirty on the B58. I know that Matt has been telling me that he's been wanting to dig his nails into the B58. There's not a lot of them around that go to the third-party shops in the areas. So I think this will be a good experience both for EuroMpire and for me, actually, because what we're about to do is not very common. And in fact, I've seen it only done on the S63 and the N63 engines. So this is a new application for the B58, and I haven't seen it done on N55s or N54s. The concept is very simple, but the application is different. So let's go ahead and make that trip to EuroMpire, and we'll talk more about it when I get there. This is actually going to be kind of like a 2 or 3 part installation. You know, what we're going to do first is we're going to install my new charge pipe, which is the FTP upgraded charge pipe. It's made out of aluminum. It's got meth bungs. I would have done the DIY, but I figured EuroMpire should do it. For one, I want them to have more exposure as far as the B58 engine. And I know they have done some things for the B58s in the past. I don't know how deep though. So I figured, you know, let them do the charge pipe and go ahead and do the rest of what I was gonna do at the same time. It's all performance upgrades. So I think it's good for them. But so what we're gonna do, of course, is gonna be that aluminum upgraded charge pipe. And the other part is actually something that is not very common on the B58, as I mentioned earlier, and that is charge pipe injection. Charge pipe injection, for my application, I'm doing it to increase fuel volume. And so in this case, it's gonna be to spray additional E85. So now, I know I had posted some teasers on Instagram. No, I'm not running meth. I don't plan on running meth, but I am going to be running a higher content of E85 and probably higher boost. We do have a number in mind that we're shooting for, and hopefully we can surpass it, but I won't know those exact numbers until I put the car on the dyno. So it's going to be a process, but today we're going to do the installation, and over the course of the next few weeks, I'm going to have a back and forth with Terry so he can guide me and get me dialed in, and let's see what we can do. Y'all know how to get my Red Bull in there. All right, let's go. Alright guys, looks like we made it in one piece. Looks like Dennis is here. That kind of doesn't look like his car though. I don't know, I guess we'll find out what's going on. Let's go.
So this day, my very first video was just a full out on this car.
What's up
guys? And
hold on.
Kind of different.
What's up, man? Are you gonna be working on my car?
Possibly.
I'm shoving the camera in your face.
No worries.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
What are we doing down here?
We are doing a converter valve upgrade and spark plugs, new spark plugs. James, are they 1 or 2-step holder?
97506?
2-step holder spark plugs.
Yeah.
Gap to 20 thousandths and
Yeah, I don't
new coils.
I forget what I had it for something.
Alright, so you guys can see we made it to the shop. We got What's Your Forte?
Subscribe.
I'll link his stuff down in the description down below. He's got pretty good content for his 435 that they're working on right now. And you said they were doing what? The diverter valve?
Diverter valve, spark plugs, and we're gonna get them dyno.
Ooh, dyno. Oh, speaking about the dyno, it's actually pretty interesting. You've got a tune from Turner, right?
Yes.
Which is not very heard of.
Yes. They recently just developed their N55 tunes for the N55 F series platform. So I was one of the first ones out there with the tunes. So far I've been getting pretty good numbers. Last time I got it dynoed, I was at 372 horse, 415 torque. So today we're hoping to get a little bit of improvement on that.
We're shooting for 400.
Yeah, I hope for 400. I'm trying to lower my expectations so I can be more surprised, but we'll see.
Man, next thing you know, this man's gonna be passing me on the highway. You know,
Nah, I got a little way to go.
who decided to show up? I haven't seen him in a while, but
Got the new lens. Gonna get some new content out there, hopefully. It's my first manual focus. New adventures.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Y'all have no idea. What we're about to do, we're gonna replace this pipe right here and add a little thingy-mabobber, and it's gonna go to the little thingy back there, and it's gonna do a little thingy out the back.
Do you think I need a lift for this?
Have you done one before?
Not on B58, no.
We're about to do it.
Yeah, we're about to. The most we've done, I mean, you know, John, he's been messing with them. I've been over there, obviously.
Oh, so same concept.
Not much. I mean, the most we've done is a downpipe and tune because they're just so new, really. I mean, I think John's done I think he put like an aftermarket filter on his, but it really didn't do much.
No, the filter does absolutely
Doesn't really
nothing.
do anything.
That's why I went back to stock box.
The main benefit of those aftermarket filters is not necessarily better flow. It's more
Noise.
It's noise.
That's not even
it gives you more. Exactly. It gives you more turbo noises, so it feels faster.
Yeah.
Right. And they don't collapse like in a you know, if you're gonna take it to the track and you're just gonna be beating on it, right? That mesh screen isn't gonna collapse like a stock filter might.
Yeah.
You know.
So the guys at Pure Turbos, and this is why I went back to stock box, is they were saying that what you just said, the oil filters were
Kicks
getting
it up.
dirty so fast that it was actually hurting the engine.
It's not good for mass airflow.
Yeah, so and then on top of the fact that as soon as I switched back to the stock box, all the throttle lag and everything went away. The dreaded oil change. I haven't done a single oil change in this car myself because of that.
Oh, because of the filter being back there.
Yep. What size is it actually? It says 32 millimeters. You just pull it up.
The flames pops right
Yep,
up.
it pops right up. And then just like, yeah.
You know, honestly, I bet you that's why it sounds different.
Why?
Because look at just how unequal the length of all the runners are, and how it just kind of like comes into the top of the turbo, and how it actually kind of the housing of the exhaust housing of the turbo kind of meets in the middle. It's just kind of interesting how it's.
Is that a lot different from the M55s and 4s? Yes. 154 is double. Right, it has a split 3 and 3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so is this one. It's just how the runners and everything are very different. This is more like a tubular style manifold, like a tubular stock manifold, whereas the original, whereas the factory N55 is like a log style manifold.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why that just sounds so much different than that 55 too.
Dude, I need that tool in my life.
Zach, how much do these cost? These things $70 from Snap-on or something like that?
Probably.
I think they're like $70, man.
Jesus, man.
You pay to play, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure they make cheaper versions of them, but
So what are we doing right now? Just taking
just
off
taking off that
intake
secondary piece of that intake pipe. I just want as much room as possible to do this.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone that thought that I was running an intake, I was for a little bit, but I went back to stock back. So when I say downpipe in a tune, literally downpipe in a tune.
Trying to see if it would be easier to get it from the top. So So we'll take this out, or if we can just get it from the bottom. I know yours is all-wheel drive, so there's not much room down there, that's for sure.
Yeah. Do what you need to do.
It's like, it's not too many people have done these yet, right? On the B58. It's gonna be one of the first. Is this actually, is that like a production part yet, or is this more of a...
What? That?
The charge
Production.
The production, okay.
Yeah, but because our pipe is so sturdy,
Yeah.
not a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah.
But they're recommending...
Nobody's blowing them out yet.
Yeah, they're recommending that you do it if you're going over 500. And I am planning on doing that, so...
Is that what is that, a high flow cat?
Catless.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. I gutted it.
So that's a factory downpipe that you just...
It's high flow. It was high flow.
Oh, and you
I gutted it.
Okay. What brand was it? Turner?
AFE.
Oh, okay. So that's to fully old state inspection. You look up there, you're like, yeah, it looks like it's got a cat. I like that. Nice.
I'm not actually doing that.
What?
What?
It's legal. It's fine.
Yeah, no. So what are you doing right now?
Just popping this, you know, that dumb little clip that holds
That
these.
holds the pipe, so you can reach it from down here?
Yeah, this one you can definitely reach from down here. Yeah, it might actually be easier from the top to get that from the top off.
It's right there.
That's gonna be from the top.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll get that little pipe out, and that might be easier. Just do it from that way.
Eventually I'm gonna come back and do this one too.
The intake piece right here.
Yeah. I hate those little clamps.
Yeah, so there are a couple different ways to do these, right? You can try to squeeze them, like that's what they intend, right? But a lot of times that doesn't.
It doesn't work.
They're really stiff, and it's really hard to actually squeeze them. So some guys prefer to just actually get a screwdriver in there and basically break one side. Not break, but like you just basically break just right here, and that allows you to kind of pry it up. I like to not do that. I like to try to just kind of get in there like this and just kind of lift up. Like this to me seems to work the best, but you know, sometimes you end up, a lot of times the plastic's brittle, so if you break one, it's not the end of the world. You always attempt to not break it first. You know, but then of course a lot of times, especially for you DIYers out there, your frustration level hits that point of like, you know, where you hit that point of like F it, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, whatever, it works.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, exactly.
If it works, it works.
So like, this is how it's supposed to work, right? Like you're supposed to be able to get it to this point.
Yeah.
But that hardly ever, like, these clips are, they're not easy to deal with.
Yeah, I know. So you guys can see, charge pipe is right there exposed. And that's actually what we're gonna work on. Or what Brendan's gonna work on.
It's okay, man. You can take the credit. It's fine.
No, I'm not taking credit.
I don't mind.
This is EuroMpire's credit. Sorry, man.
Good.
All good. It's almost like you have to leave something put in place, right?
Yeah, so like this, just take like a screwdriver so that piece can't pop back on. And then might have to get it back up in the air to get the other side. Is what it is. Do I have to? Probably not, but I mean, when you have a lift available to you, you know?
Oh, my man.
Oh, fun.
So we're doing disconnecting the T-map?
Yeah, gotta get sensors out of here because they'll obviously, you know, have to get transferred over to the pipe.
Won't take control of me, but I got mouths to feed. Hustle smart, nah, hard to still get it by any means.
What size is that?
T30.
And off it goes.
Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, don't check me not. Let's just checks involved. I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God. Had to get it by myself. Bad decisions had me living down in hell. Paranoia, so I keep it by my belt. Losing sleep, I know this lean won't be no help. Nah, it's no
Probably pull it straight through.
That's someone I risk breaking. You gotta be careful. You don't want to break anything pulling it out.
Hey, can you show it off? So that's what that looks like.
Our charge pipe. It's actually
Pretty sturdy.
it's pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
I mean, this definitely feels. I've replaced plenty of N54 and N55 stock charge pipes, and this definitely feels a bit sturdier than
Yeah, that's probably why
than
they're
that.
giving it a better rating, huh?
So maybe they learned their lesson. I don't know. I don't know if I was BMW, I'd make it out of thin plastic, right? More business, right? As soon as you guys throw more boost at your car, there you go. But see how it sticks out?
Yeah.
That would be fine. If that was like so pressed and it was like hard, see how it's rubbery?
Yeah.
If that felt like plasticky, then we would go ahead and we'd just put a pause on this and we'd replace that.
First time I see my car naked like this. There's that little turbo in there. Alright, so I actually left to go get some lunch. Brandon stayed back and started working on the car a little bit more. So why don't you go ahead and run us through what you did while I was gone, as far as the charge pipe and the charge pipe injection, where you connected the fuel line, because I think that's what we're more concerned about here.
So the stock low pressure line right here that comes from the back, from the low pressure pump back to the vehicle, right here connects to your line that runs over here to the high pressure pump. This hose right here gets replaced, and this piece is actually put on, so that way you have basically a T connector where you can connect this stainless line that actually goes to the charge pipe injector here. And then as far as the charge pipe goes, I mean, this is really easy, guys. I mean, it's honestly just getting it off. Getting the stock one off is probably more difficult. Two pieces. I always put these clamps on loosely. I don't tighten these down until you get both pieces in, into their final position, and then you can go ahead, tighten those clamps down. You know, if you're OCD like us, we like to make sure they're actually lined up together, make sure the logo's facing up, all that fun stuff. And then here's that stainless line.
And that's going to be running from the back.
Correct, yep.
To this little guy right here.
That little guy right there. I didn't purposely align it like this, just we got lucky it lined up like that, the best way possible.
Yeah. What about what you have to put back on the pipe as far as the sensors, right?
These two little sensors here. This one here, this is just hand tight. This is a 17 millimeter 12-point socket. That was barely, I was able to take a socket and just get that out of the factory one without even a ratchet attached to it. It just pulled right out. And then I believe it was a T15 or T20, the stock bolt that held this sensor in the stock charge pipe, and then it came with a 5 millimeter Allen in the new one.
Yeah, and you can see that. And you probably did that while the pipe was outside, right?
Yeah, we obviously did that with the pipe off. It's just way easier to take care of that instead of trying to get it in there right now.
The actual wiring part for the FSB for the CPI kit, I'm gonna do myself, just because I've done electronics my whole life and I trust myself a lot. These guys know what they're doing, but I think if I do it myself and kind of show you guys, kind of step by step of how to do it, it'll be good for you guys. Also, we're gonna end up doing kind of the same thing that I did with my JB4 videos, where we're gonna have to insert some pins into the main connector. So that's coming up. So now what I'm getting ready to do while they're still putting everything back together is I'm actually taking the JB4 box and I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect it. I disconnected it from the OBD, and as you guys know, it's just a small connector right here, and we're just gonna take it apart. So there's the board, and I'm gonna need a Phillips. So these are the ones that are gonna be going in there. We're gonna have to put these little wires into this connector. That's the connector. And if you remember my JB4 video, each one of these is numbered. So we're gonna find the right number to put it in, and let's go ahead and do it that way. So for the B58, let's first remove the Bluetooth cable. So we're gonna go ahead and look for number 3. The numbers are really small, so you can't really see them, but it's gonna be from right to left, and it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. So number 3, that's where we're gonna be attaching the orange wire, which is this one right here. The instructions say number 3 for orange. So that's this one right here. See it clicked in, now it's in there. B58, it's gonna be number 14. for the blue wire. Yep, right here. 14's right here at the end. So now we have that one, which is number 3, and number 14. And that's it for this. And now we go to the next ones.
So all I did was run this line, and now this is subjective. I prefer, you know, to keep things hidden, you know, keep things, you know, kind of looking a little stock under the hood, I guess. I mean, obviously it's not going to look stock with this, you know,
no
7th
way.
injector right there. But I run this underneath here, and we'll run it back to that line. If you want to, I mean, I'm sure you could run it. You know, you could probably take this path up there.
No, I think underneath is actually perfect because I forgot there was this whole space down here.
Yeah, and it just, you know, keeps things out of the way.
And then that would run to that.
Yes, it'll run right back there to that.
So let's get a clear shot. So this is what we did. There's a low pressure line. And then this is going to be attached there, which is going to be running in here.
They definitely give you enough. They definitely give you enough that if you wanted to route it, you know, pretty much however you desired, you can pretty much route it like that.
I think I have zip ties, right? So I can just zip tie it onto something. It's not rattling and stuff. All right, now we're connecting the wiring to the actual injector. So there's these 4 screws at the top with 2mm Allen patterns. You have to take these out because if you try to plug this in, it's gonna hit right there and it's not gonna let you plug it in. So what I actually had to do when I took this off first, you see how it's it's already marked in there?
Yeah, I see that.
I had to loosen them and bring it up a little bit and then tighten it back up. There you go. And then
Gotcha. Okay.
goes in there and then tighten everything back up. So if you guys run into that problem, that's the way to fix that.
I'm gonna route it along here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna route it right here, and then
Oh yeah, and they can come out on top.
sneak it right here where you have these other wires.
Yeah.
Come.
Yeah.
Meet these and run that. You know, we're gonna keep the super OEM looking, you know, injector right here.
I'm gonna get hit for copyrights on this music.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so for the ground wire, there's actually a ground to the chassis right here. And so what I did is we just put it on there next to the ground, and it's gonna ground FSB. And then the next thing we have to do is run this power to the fuse box over on the other side. And for that, we're gonna run the wire across so we can keep everything on this side and still get power on the other side. For the charge pipe, once the charge pipe is installed, you can just go ahead and put everything back. So the intake box, any wires that you need to wire. All right, so now I'm gonna close up the JB4 box, and then that should be it. And then Brendan is gonna run a wire to reach the fuse box. And so I'm just gonna give you guys kind of like an evil view of everything going on. It's nothing special. Just what you would do if you were putting the JB4 away again. So here you go. Alright, so everything's put back together. Now we're just gonna route the power wire over to the other side. Brandon's been hard at work all day, pretty much. Matt's gonna hate me for taking up his his space.
So how do you activate that?
Well, the JB4 itself is
The controller?
I would assume, what do you have to do? Download an entire new?
No. I have the firmware for it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you have to get new firmware
No,
for the
there's just a few settings that I have to change
yeah.
in order to get it to work.
Do you want this? Do you want to just leave it sitting here? Or
So-
do you want to try to mount it to something?
I can fiddle with all that later.
Okay.
I think we got some stuff beside tape.
Yeah.
Oh, we do? Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you guys. I know Matt does somewhere.
I just put like right here.
So the thing with that is that you know how these little covers are like this,
Yeah.
and then it's got the rain. It like guides the rain into this little thing. So I kind of want to
Get it away from that.
get it away from. It's fine,
I
right?
kind of like it here. This is farther away from the
Yeah,
from anything else. Cool.
it works for me. Nice. Squares are just kind of chilling. Get this all out of the way.
You said you just kind of set it up in here like that.
Yeah,
Cool. And then I'll go ahead and.
you can move that. I think you can.
Is that actually? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's actually like crimped.
This is where it's going. There's going to be an unused slot right here, and so basically you're just going to stick the cable in there. And what we did is we actually extended it, crimped the cable on, and then we're going to crimp another one on the other end, and then just run through there. That's it. So this is what we did. We took that cable that came with the kit, and we just extended it. Crimp it in.
And I'm gonna leave this wire loose actually, so that way when you do go to take this bar out, it's super easy just to to move it out of the way.
What was cap shifters?
The red ones?
Yeah, they look so good.
Can you say that again?
What?
No, I really like them too.
Who's the company that made those?
Arkk Performance. My sponsors.
Shout out Arkk Performance.
Shout out Arkk Performance for the awesome paddles. Getting compliments. All right. Yep.
Finishing touch. The biggest horsepower ad.
All right.
That's one of them's missing. Stuff in there. Yep.
Cool. There you go. Yeah. No hiding that.
No hiding that. There we go, guys. This is the final product.
How's it so far?
Here's a charge pipe.
Military.
That's the CPI. And other than that, it looks stock. So,
Once you actually get out
that's pretty much the only dead giveaway that
real world.
there's some work done to this car at this point. Alright guys, so all the work on my car has been completed, and the car is now sitting outside right there. We had to do the charge pipe and then the wiring and everything. So overall it took, I don't know, maybe 4 hours altogether. Not bad at all. I think if it would have been just a CPI kit, it would have definitely taken maybe only about an hour. The wiring would probably taken the longest because the CPI is just plug and play. CPI really is just plug and play. But the charge pipe was a little trickier. I lost a lot of footage because my GoPro ran out of memory, so I don't have a lot of the footage that I was relying on. But anyway, this is the next big step for my car, and I'll be updating you guys as I get more tuning done, and we'll see if I can squeeze a pretty good amount of power out of my car this way. But anyway guys, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw today, go ahead and click like, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next time.